What's up, everyone? My name is Chucking Games, and welcome to an all-new video here on my YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about more information I have found regarding GTA 6 from the screenshots from the trailer. I have dived far deep into these screenshots and into this trailer, zoomed in, enhanced, looked at almost everything I could. I don't know if there's a single thing I have missed between this video and my initial breakdown. If you haven't seen that video, definitely go check that out. I have worked very hard on these two videos. Spent a lot of time. So if you would please kindly, if you enjoy this video, drop it a like. It would mean a lot. I know people don't necessarily think about liking things sometimes. It's just, they just watch the video and they move on to the next one. But again, if you enjoy this video, if you found it informational, if you found it informative, or just whatever, please drop a like. It would greatly appreciate it. Let's go ahead and dive into this. One of the first things I noticed here was the new Principe Alvina V1 bike. I'm not a car guy, I'm not a motor enthusiast, but I did make sure I looked this up. Made sure that this is, in fact, a new Alvina V1 bike. It is a new bike for a GTA 6. Jason's tattoo says Marauder and has a skull over a parachute. I initially thought this was like a skull on top of a crown. That's not correct. This is, of course, something he probably got for his time in the military. Maybe he got it in the military. And I did mention it before, but Jason's watch is in military time. Here in this video clip on GTA 6's official site, you can see Jason wearing a V-Rock shirt. V-Rock is, of course, a heavy metal station from back on GTA Vice City. Over on the website, there's all these phrases and, descriptions and stuff, and it says meeting Lucia could be the best or worst thing to happen to him. There are rumors that while it is inspired by Bonnie and Clyde, it is also going to take influence from the likes of the Fast and the Furious, and Jason could be an undercover cop much like Brian was, which would potentially explain why, if they had a robbery gone wrong and they got caught, that could explain why Lucia did time and Jason didn't. Well, then why is he working for Brian and the Marina and being an enforcer and helping him move drugs? It's all undercover work. Undercover work sometimes can take years. People who go in and infiltrate gangs, it takes years. Throughout the trailer and the images, we see Jason in particular with various hair and beard lengths or styles. This could, of course, just be showcasing the different hair variants offered to the player at the barbershop, but could also be showcasing a hair growth feature that we saw in Red Dead Redemption 2, but this, of course, would be more polished and more updated to work better. In this image of Jason outside of the main strip in Vice City, where the Ocean View Hotel is, we can see right inside these windows. We can see a TV. We can see rooms with different light. Like this kind of yellow-orange light is your generic household light, but this bluish-white light might be like an LED. This also gives us an idea that maybe we can go inside all these rooms. Normally, we would just see the same lit windows with the same color, or windows with reflections on them so we can't see inside. By Jason's watch, we can see that this is 22 minutes after midnight. I tried to figure out what this says, what this logo is. Couldn't quite make it out here on this gun, but it looks like it says Dude or possibly Duke. I originally thought this was a safety trigger, but I think this is actually a rate of fire switch where you can switch it from like a burst to a single shot, which would be interesting. I think they actually have that in other games. I don't know if they've ever had it in a GTA game. This gun is so very detailed. Granted, this is just an image, a screenshot, so will we even notice this in actual gameplay? Who knows? But sometimes it's the small things that we do miss when we actually play the game. In this shot of Lucia in the pool, you can see the gate and poolside concrete reflected in Lucia's glasses. I did mention in my breakdown that some of these images seem like all those fake AI images we would get from like quote-unquote leaks. They're like so beautiful and so clean that they almost don't seem video game. They seem like AI altered, images. Also, there's a red tint on the concrete and on the bottom of the glass from the sun shining through the drink, with shadows of what is in the drink, the leaves. We see this pool is 6 feet 8 inches deep at one point. Also a no diving sign. A few times in the trailer and here in this little video clip, you can see the chain swinging and moving with the character. Here at the club with Lucia, we see this woman to her right with a few new tattoo designs. The one on her left shoulder is kind of hard to make out, and I'm honestly not even sure if it is a tattoo or a scar or a bruise or something. In this shot with Lucia on a motorcycle, we get a tease of another potential state that we may or may not visit in the game, Gloriana. This is likely Georgia, which borders Florida. Interestingly, though, is that the image has a dolphin jumping over a peach, and it is oddly similar, at least to me, to the old Miami Dolphins logo. Lucia is wearing AirPods here. We have them in GT Online, but they don't function. It would be interesting to see if they actually make the AirPods a Bluetooth headsets capable of playing music while you walk around in GTA 6. In this shot with Cal Hampton, he is wearing a shirt that says "Violence is cool, thanks video games." This is an obvious jab at all those people who claim that video games make people violent. But he is also wearing a hat here that looks like it says Oofy. I feel like I've seen a similar logo to this before. I thought it was a brand called Duffy, but I couldn't find anything similar to this. If you know what it is, please let me know down in the comments. In this shot at the bar, Jason is playing pool, hopefully a new mini game we can play. Well, not new, we had it in GTA 4, but you know what I mean. There are a bunch of license plates on the wall. Pretty sure they're all Leonida plates. I thought this one said NYC, but it's NVC. There's a please seat yourself sign, what looks like a no cigar sign maybe, and a bunch of other pictures and signs, including a lifeboat sign, proof of age is required, driver's license or state ID. Right behind Cal, there's a sign that says, yes, we have Wi-Fi password, and then a bunch of numbers that I can't really fully make out. The big sign over the bar says, Joe's Shorts Blast, destroyed doing what he loved, the rest is cut off. Jason's shirt says Key Lento. This may be the game's version of Key Lago. The iguana is wearing a red bandana and a crown. We might be able to customize pets. This short clip shows a plane dropping a package, some drug running. Here we see a random NPC couple looking over the pool and beach. This appears to be an older lady, as you can see some of the wrinkles in her skin. The guy seems younger, so maybe this is a cougar of a different kind we're seeing here. Down at the pool, we see this giant, what looks like gold duck statue. It could just be the sun reflecting off of it. There is a real-life gray or silver duck statue at the SLS Hotel in South Beach. There's a broken tree branch on top of this canopy here, and it looks like it's turned yellow, so it appears to be dying. We already talked about the people playing basketball and the police situation in this shot. It looks like this might be Jason and Cal, though, here playing basketball. Oddly enough, the texture of the court doesn't look like concrete. It almost looks like turf. This building back here caught my eye. It's weird how this area seems to be different than the rest. Like there was a fire or some damage done to the building and it was repaired but hasn't been painted to match. Some of these windows look like wood. There's no sun or light hitting them, so it's just odd that the colors changed in that area. Can't really make out what this building says. It looks like office or a fence. Not really sure. We can see Firefly Plaza, Hotel Valletta. There's going to be so many hotels and motels in this game. I don't even know if we're going to be able to go into all of them. There's just going to be a ton of them all over the place. There's a giant crane in the back here, which should give you flashbacks to the mile-high building that was never finished to this day. I can't really tell if any of these buildings are unfinished. This guy's chest tattoo says Pearl, P-E-R-L-E. I'm guessing under the green bandana it says La, as in La Pearl, is an area of the Haitian community in the game, and he has a gnarly scar on his chin. We spoke previously about this photo of the old man checking out the lady sunbathing and the chubby guy with a metal detector, but I didn't realize the lady is sunbathing topless. Oh my god. We've talked about the attention to detail in other shots, but here you see like the wrinkles in the knees of this older couple here. It's just amazing, and if we actually can see these kinds of things in the actual game, it's going to be phenomenal. The back bumper of this cop car looks like it's wet, most likely rained recently. There's also a shot of the pavement in front of this where it looks like it's wet also. We get good shots of the $10 and $1 bill here. In real life, Alexander Hamilton is on the 10 and George Washington is on the 1, but these images and people are different. There's another bill here. I can't tell what dollar amount that is. Maybe the 20, I'm not really sure. There are various shots of bodies with sweat on them, but this is a closer shot of these ladies sweating in the club, or maybe they had water poured on them or drinks, or who knows. This lady has a heart/demon bat tattoo on her lower back and paw prints on her butt. You can see like the goosebumps and like just the skin textures on these ladies, and it's amazing. Again, if this is what the game is going to look like, it's going to be fantastic. On a PS5, imagine what this will look like on PC or PlayStation 6, you know? This is the Sahara Arena, home of the Narcos, not the Hacks as I previously thought. I just thought Hacks is a closer name to Heat. This is the Palestra Tower next to the Galena Ballet Opera House, the Vice City Arts Center. I thought it was Vartus, but it's Arts Center. I don't know why there's a big V there. In real life, this is the Dolores Ziff Ballet Opera House and the Adrienne Arsht Center in Miami. You can see in this real photo here, the tower too. I'm just not sure what it's called in real life. The ballet being shown is in a foreign language, not sure which. I think it says La Creme degli Money. I'm not really sure. The main star, though, is Simon Unterbrink. That I can make out. The Sumerian here is across from the concert hall. The Sumerian sounds like a newspaper or news station, but I'm pretty sure this is another hotel. There is this massive cruise ship here right behind the Ferris wheel that blends in with the night lights and sky. That is just huge. That thing is bigger than most of the buildings we see here. It's like, I hope we can get on that, and it's going to take me like 5 hours to explore that whole thing because it's freaking huge. Next image, we can see Simon's Tires. It says keep out. Maybe it's closed. Maybe it's shut down. Who knows? There's an income tax shop that also says something about real estate. Another Gloriana license plate on this donk here. Of course, the man sitting on the ground with his Rottweiler that people are saying looks like Chop. That's because Chop is a Rottweiler. Just above them is this new off-road vehicle, which looks like it's made by Hawks. If that is who makes it, then that is a new car company, I believe. I now realize the letters on the pillars say PRLE, so this is La Pearl. Not much to find in the photos of Booby, but the iFruit phone did stand out. It's kind of interesting that they haven't moved on from the iFruit and started mocking companies like Samsung or something. One of the other Android devices that have kind of taken over in terms of technology and innovation. Let's be honest, iPhones aren't really the most technologically savvy phones anymore. They're kind of behind on a lot of things. Don't at me. This guy is wearing a Young Ancestors shirt, who we of course know from the Casino Heist and is a rap musician. Maybe Booby has worked with Young Ancestor in the past, or maybe even Young Ancestor will return in GTA 6 and pop up in Vice City. Here at the Rusty Anchor in the Keys, it appears this guy is urinating outside. Gonna use the bathroom. With all these boats distracting me, I didn't see the large shadow under the water. This is either a large shark or possibly a whale. We see one of our new style boats with the whirlwind on the side. I misspoke in the other video because I couldn't see the full name, and I said the boat was called the Re-Predator. But the full name is Lure Predator. Jaquan has Stay Humble tattooed on his left forearm. This airboat is called an Air Gator Airboat 09. On this lady's chest, you see a tattoo that says Master Baiter, B-A-I-T. And then on this guy's head, you can see like a tan line from what looks like a hat or something. Here in Watson Bay, we see a lobster joint. We can barely see that giant radio tower. I originally thought there were only 3 gators here. There are 4. These guys have a pile of dead gators in their trailer and a camo paint job on the truck. There looks to be a fox or something maybe out here in the field. It's orange with some white near the head. There's another animal in front of it. I can't quite make out what that is. I believe Roxy has a blessed tattoo above her eye, and Bay Lux has a flawless tattoo on her left forearm. Here in Port Gellhorn at the Starlit Motel, this person is taking a photo of their tiny dog, which I first thought was a cat, but the head looks like a dog. There's a billboard behind the trees, but can't quite make out what it says. Even though it's nighttime, someone is still sitting poolside. This truck is a Canis make, or Canis, however you want to pronounce it. We saw some buildings with curtains earlier with like slivers of light showing through them. And you can like see different variations of the curtains. So some are open, some are more closed. Here we can see blinds in the windows. This lady selling or buying what looks like ecstasy seems to have the same Batwing or Demon Wing tattoo on her left shoulder as this guy does. I don't know if this is a gang thing or if they just use the same tattoo on 2 different NPCs. Here at Delight's Cabaret, we see a guy getting kicked out. They are hiring dancers. They also offer a ladies' night, and that would be an interesting twist in the game to have male strippers. We see this truck here. I can't really tell what kind of truck it is. It does not look like a Sand King, but those are some massive tires. It would be pretty cool if that's one of the customizations for trucks, is you can have it really lifted with some big tires on it. Would kind of make it more of a monster truck than a regular truck, but still would be pretty cool. In this website exclusive video, we can see Raul Bautista here during this bank heist with Lucia and Jason behind him. You can see Raul is wearing the skull mask there. And then in this next image, you can see Raul is still wearing the skull mask here in a car with a load of cash. And it makes me wonder if possibly maybe Raul turned on them. That's why things went south here in this heist, this bank robbery. Maybe Raul is going to be the overall arcing bad guy, antagonist of of GTA 6. I'm not really sure, but the fact that he's getting away with the cash and we know that Lucia ends up in jail might have something to do with it. Behind Raul here, we can see this bridge raising an opening. I don't think we've had an opening bridge since maybe GTA 4 or GTA. I feel like it was definitely in Liberty City. I can't really remember though, but I know we've had one in a GTA game before. It's just been a long time, but that will definitely make for some interesting jumps. Off to Ambrosia, where we see the final chapter MC, I think it's called. Like that's what it says on all their backs. I don't really know. A place called McDevitt, a used car lot. A lot of campaign signs, but then a pride color sign that starts with K and ends in ever. Can't really make out the full name. Speaking of pride, there's this tiny Frank billboard that I spoke of briefly, but it looks like this is a play on Little Debbie possibly, and it says proud allies of diversity and treats. Now, I'm not sure if the biker gang's name is the final chapter or possibly Liberty City Cycles, as we see on the hat here. These could actually be two rival gangs, possibly. In this car here, we see on the dash, it says vehicle, assist functions, navigation, users, audio, seats, climate control, and settings. Still curious to know how the radio system is going to work. Is it going to be radio stations, digital music platforms like Spotify or something that you link your phone to? Both. Some older cars will just have radio, but newer cars would have, when you steal them and start it, it says like Bluetooth connected and then plays music from the character's phone or something. We do see a phone icon on the dash, so it's definitely able to connect to the character's phone. As Jason was driving around in the trailer, his music kept changing, so it would be kind of awesome if we could have playlists, if we could set up our own playlists. In this image, we can see a sticker on the window of the truck behind Brian. I think this is Brian's truck, and it says Animal Disposal of Key Lento. This must be Brian's wife, as she has a heart tattoo on her chest with Brian's name on it. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, according to Jason's watch. The tires have specification details. LT265/70R20, and even finer details near the rim. That is insane, the amount of detail they are giving us in this game. Up to Mount Calaga, these hunters just shot a buck. That's what's lying there in the grass. I thought it was originally like a cougar or something lying there, but it's a buck. You can see the horns and the antlers. There's a train track bridge here. Here's another one with more covering. Now, some things I missed from the trailer itself. As my chat pointed out, there are people saying that Brian is played by actor Stephen Root, who is known for many roles. He played Milton in Office Space, Gordon in Dodgeball, and Bill on King of the Hill. While they didn't really use any established actors at the time for GTA 5 or Red Dead Redemption 2, they have definitely been known to use actors in the past, including Samuel L. Jackson, Danny Trejo, Ray Liotta, just to name a few. They used Dr. Dre in GTA Online, of course, as well as DJ Pooh, who was already lending his voice to GTA 5 with West Coast Classics. Did you know that Cara Delevingne is the DJ Cara from Nonstop Pop? I found that out like last year. The voice just never clicked. There is a no trespassing sign in Jason's home window. I thought these were plants, but I think it's just a plant pattern on some curtains. There is a raccoon climbing out of Jason's recycling bins or trash cans. This world is going to be so immersive, it is going to be nuts. And is this Michael's sailboat? As Jason is driving, he is driving the El Camino S vehicle we saw earlier at his house. We can see here as he is driving all the rust just under the window. You can see Jason's chain bouncing as he's driving. The lady who says hi to Jason has pink paw prints on the hood of her car, which also seems to have a light pink hue to it, maybe a pearlescent or just a light paint. We can also see actual reflections in the car mirrors. There's some stickers in the hippie shop here, like a green vampire skull, a Cyclops pizza slice, and a 2 in the 1 in the sticker. These look like those stickers you would get at a gumball machines for like 50 cents. This place also sells postcards for $1. They only have 3 t-shirts left to sell. The 420 pack next to the register that I thought was business cards is actually a pack of rolling papers. That logo that is next to the My Way sticker is also on the other side of the license plate with an American flag design. They have what looks like stagnant handcuffs, or large nuts, if you will, hanging down under the license plate. This is, of course, most likely a play on all those truck drivers who have like the metal balls hanging from their trailer hitch. You can see either smoke or like jet trails coming from the plane as it flies overhead. Behind Jason lifting weights, there's a lady either taking a selfie or talking on the phone. There's also a tripod set up to her left. Jason is wearing earbuds, and with the music continuing but lowering, it would lead me to believe that yes, the earbuds will work. Looks like there's a shop or building in the background here that says Bubba Hurricane or something to the like. I mentioned the workout ball before, but around it is a big tractor tire that people used to lift. I think this says Seashell Hotel maybe. As Jason walks out with the Patriot beer, you can hear the bottles clanging, you can see them move, and you can see the beer shifting inside the bottles. Again, the attention to detail that they are putting in this game is absolutely insane. The yellow sign says under 30, not 38 as I initially thought. Ballfin is apparently the name of one of the lotteries. In the next scene, as some people are being arrested, on the mural behind them, there is a post saying, warning, no video without permission, and then a phone number to call to ask for permission. I'm guessing whoever drew this or had it made doesn't want people randomly recording the art. We can see that parts of this mural is showing love to Haiti with the word and the island. There's some music symbols, and then the actual flag of Haiti with liberty, equality, and fraternity. I believe it says La Pearl VC in Creole above it. There are two different cop cars here, one obviously marked and one undercover. I believe Lucia's shirt here says, I went down on the Leviathan. Maybe an amusement park ride. She's also wearing sandals here. Now, normally when you get out of jail, you're given back the same clothes you were wearing when you went in. So she must have got caught while at home or just being leisure and just relaxing. Jason seems to pull a Batman here during this robbery and makes his voice deeper.
You stay.
Lucia seems to be mocking Jason here as she says, you broke my nose.
You broke my nose, that's what
Jason and Cal are loading some most likely narcotics and suitcases onto this plane as Brian watches on in the rain. This is Lucia picking up this trash for her community service. She's wearing a Brian's hat she most likely got from Jason, and the same vest and pants she's wearing when she returns home to Jason. Not going to assume this, but this lady may be pregnant here. Something about this scene of Lucia walking out in this short gold dress reminds me of when Tommy met Mercedes Cortez in GTA Vice City. This guy questions if Jason is a Fed, further fanning the rumors that Jason is an undercover cop. I can't tell what the poster is behind him. It looks like an anime, maybe a new TV show like Princess Bubblegum, but more action-based and weeb-based. The magazines on the table look like they say Pussycat. There is a stack of what I'm guessing is DVD or Blu-ray movies, one of them called Accountant, that almost sticks out like a neon light. There's, of course, an actual movie called The Accountant starring Ben Affleck and Anna Kendrick that came out in 2016. The sequel just came out recently. Behind these jack dudes, we can see papers that say, please return my bike, La Pearl Caribbean Market, something with a stop sign that says La Pearl, and then our neighborhood is not a stockyard. Brian tells Jason that someone has his name, address, and everything. And then it switches to some police, leading us to believe the cops have info on Jason, but maybe this is a mislead and it's actually like some drug lord or something, or the cartels, or some gang members or something. Behind Bay Lux here, we can see the inner Vice City monorail, which will be a means of transportation to get around Vice City. It won't go around the entire state. In this scene with Michael Bay-esque explosions, there is a billboard that says, fun has no borders, which we talked about before. This is a billboard for La Veces, which you can see in the lower right corner. Also, if you look at Lucia's hair, you can kind of tell that this is more fallout from the bank heist we saw earlier in the trailer, as her hair is up in a ponytail and it looks like she's kind of wearing the same clothes. And if you slow it down, you can see like a ripple effect while you're looking at the sign after the explosion. Lucia and this other woman nearly fall out of the plane and land on the hatch. The hatch says, no step. And it also looks like Lucia is wearing the same outfit she was wearing when she was picking up trash doing her community service. You see the orange vest, you see the dark colored pants. I thought this guy had like a camera or something and was recording. Nope, he's just talking on the phone. The rims on this car are just basically called wheel spikes. They are a real thing. This picture in Jason's home is of a sailboat, but it's on its side for some reason. course, we saw the PS4 controller and the PS5 looking system. There's also probably a stack of games right next to the TV. Be crazy if we could play a console game while playing a console game. It's not like we've never played PC games playing PC games before. Oddly enough, we could see the window we saw earlier with the plant designs in them, but now the window has like bamboo blinds and the plant designs are on the cushions of the couch. Here, there's a deer that runs away from the helicopter and fan boat before we see the boar run away. The license plate of the truck Jason is jumping on into rob. This car here has a Liberty City license plate. Now, I don't think we'll see Liberty City at all, but it's a nice Easter egg. Can't really tell who is shooting and driving the boat here. It might be Jason and Lucia, but you can see the coral or the seaweed on the ocean floor as they drive by in the boat. The main music of the whole trailer is, of course, Hot Together by the Pointer Sisters, which is an interesting choice. Sure, it fits the theme of like the 80s Vice City game, but it doesn't really have any ties to this game. Yes, of course, Lucia and Jason could be hot together, but other than the song lyrics, it doesn't really have any ties to Miami or Florida. The Pointer Sisters are from Oakland. I was just hoping for something like Let's Go by Trick Daddy. Of course, they probably have to do the clean version or something like that, or maybe Rick Ross or Pitbull, Gloria Estefan, somebody from Miami. Maybe somebody more recent, some hip-hop, something like that. Something from maybe a movie that is going to be referenced in the game, but they went with Hot Together. I don't know. It's booming on the streaming charts now because everybody wants to hear this song over and over again, just like they did with the Tom Petty song. And it's already, like, I think the day the trailer released, it jumped to like 100,000 streams or something like that on Spotify or something. Nonetheless, that is everything that I saw between all these videos. Now I think it's actually 3 videos we've done because we did a breakdown of the trailer. We talked about the profiles and the screenshots originally, and now we talked about them both again, going through and breaking them down in full detail. As I mentioned before, if you have made it this far, please drop a like. I worked hard on this, spent a lot of time, did a lot of research, watched the video, watched the trailer a few dozen times, scrolled through each image and zoomed in, like trying to find all these things. I may have missed a few things or two, but hopefully I did not. So again, if you could please like this video, I'd greatly appreciate it. If you are new here, also, please subscribe. Anytime there's going to be any new GTA 6 information, I'm going to cover it. I will not cover leaks or false information just to post videos. That's not my style. I only cover concrete information from Rockstar Games, trailers, news wires, stuff like that. With all that said and done, guys, my name is Chucking Games. I hope you appreciated this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you let me know your thoughts down in the comments and all that good fun stuff, and I will see you in the next video. Later, dudes.